Here is Linda. Linda says, LMAO. Why? What did I say? Pete. Linda says, female, 59 Ontario. Hello, female, 59 Ontario. How's Ontario, dear? I was just listening to our Prime Minister, and I wish him and his wife well, and all Canadians and all people around the world, of course. And so, we understood that Ontario's got a little bit more cases than we in British Columbia have, and I hope that you guys are all okay. And you be careful. You're going to see and help elderly and so on. They may be vulnerable themselves, and they could maybe give you something, and I don't know. Hope you're taking precaution. Hope everybody will come out of this thing safe and sound. You know, it's kind of hard for us people who have been accustomed to comfort and safety in many places in the world, including us here in Canada, to understand the scope of this thing and how dangerous this can be, because we haven't, personally experienced it, and we hope we never do. But we should take it seriously as much as we can and do whatever it is that we should be doing according to our health ministers and recommendations that we receive from our government. I'm proud to say that we do have a good government. Unlike our neighbor, who's apparently has got a moron as a leader. That's what they say on their news programs and so on. And when I listen to see why, I can see, well, there are lots of things that there's such a big, huge, powerful country, most powerful country in the world could have done, and they're not even close as what South Koreans are doing, and how well they're taking care of the problems. And the Chinese, how amazingly they put a stop to it, and they're reducing the numbers. And then United States, I mean, I'm sure if they had Bernie Sanders as their president, this would be all different. Everybody would be taken care of. Administration would be working properly. Healthcare would be provided for everyone as it should be, as he says, a right, as we have it here in Canada. I wonder what's wrong with most Americans that cannot understand the amazing programs that this Senator Bernie Sanders is offering them. A freedom, a capitalist country with having the necessities of social services available to them. What could be more capitalistic than when you don't have to go bankrupt because of health situations and healthcare, so you'll have more money in your pocket to spend it on things and help the economy or on your businesses. That's capitalistic, but you're focusing on some people in the United States, unfortunately, focusing, oh, it's free. You're looking for free things all the time, aren't you? With coupons and this and that, so forth. But when they actually want to present it to you with respect as a right, you give it a title, oh, socialism. Oh, what? Right now, your corporations are having socialism. They're being bailed out from the Wall Street, bailed out from the disasters they created on American people and everything else. What do you think social insurance is? That's socialism, isn't it? What's wrong with socialism when it is in a capitalistic environment? We in Canada can make as much money as we can. Great. Businesses thriving, we do what we want to do, we have the freedom, and we are a capitalist country with basics of life provided. Healthcare is free here. I don't have to go bankrupt if I or my child would get sick. So that means more capitalistic opportunities for me because I have more money in my pocket rather than giving it to the insurance companies or so on, and they'll become wealthy. It's capitalistic for them, but it's nothing for me. But here, I am capitalist, and I have social services, a perfect balance. Once you guys understand this in your country, I'm talking to the American friends. What's wrong with you guys? Bernie Sanders is offering all these. What's wrong with you not having to pay tuition? And you'll have more money in your pocket so you can spend it on capital, on things that you want to do, accomplish. More businesses, spend more money, help the economy. That's more money in work. That's how capital works. Having disposable income, disposable money, not giving it to healthcare and education, things that should come from collective efforts of the people and the budget of the country. So you will be left more free to spend that money for the betterment of the capitalistic system that you live in. You guys haven't understood this, have you? Why don't you look at the most European countries? Look at us in Canada. We're capitalists, aren't we? I mean, you know that if we weren't capitalists, you guys would have probably taken us over or bombed us or something. I mean, isn't that true? Isn't that what United States been doing all around the world? They don't let anybody who's not capitalist to be around them, right? So we are capitalists, but we also have social services, which helps us to become a more successful, healthier capitalists. So get your act together. You guys are an important country. If you have a bad leader, it affects all of us, the whole world. So it is so important for you guys to pick the right leader. Apparently, you're the representatives of all of us to make the right choice because your leader affects the whole world, affects us as well. Look what you're doing with this handling of the coronavirus. You're actually becoming the hotspot for the rest of the world and affecting us in here too. That's not fair. So, put your good judgment hats on and support Mr. Bernie Sanders with all his good programs. He's the only one who's being honest with you all, guys. And his history shows it. So, hope that was enough for helping you guys seeing it in a different way. And let's go on with our program. All right, let's see. Chris says Bernie is a good candidate, but I don't know if he will win. Yeah, because they're ambushing him. All those other losers have gone back behind Biden, who can hardly talk or stay focused. So they've ambushed him, and the media, the idiot mainstream media, constantly, fanning his fire. But you know what? My father always said, and he was a very educated man. He had a PhD in law, and he was a politician of highest caliber, and he was an amazing man. I learned a lot from him. One of the things he says is that every nation deserves the government that they have. Beside the ones who are dictatorial and rule with military and force, but in democratic countries, in democratic situations and systems, people deserve the government that they have because they elected it, because they're stupid or they're smart. They deserve it. If they want something better, if they're complaining, they want something better, well, go and get it. You've got the options. You're a free country. You're a democratic country, democratic system, elections. But when you don't, and you don't do your research, fall for the garbage that comes out of the mainstream media. So obviously you think that's right because you've been brainwashed to think what comes out of the media is correct. Bunch of idiots who are getting paid high numbers of money every year, millions, to say all those things, to condition you to vote the way the corporations want. Simple. It's not a brain surgery to be so smart to figure that out. So I'm in awe because I grew up part of my life in the United States. I know how smart these people are. My friends, mostly educated. But I wonder, where is that education and insight now? And shows how many of these smart people in that country are really not. Maybe I just had the privilege of meeting with good and smart, intelligent people. But obviously they're not, because look, how many voted for this, which is lying every day to his own people. And they still buy it. So, in a democratic system, people deserve, every nation deserves the government that they have, because they don't exercise their rights. They don't get off their chair and go vote. They listen to nonsense. All right, anyhow, don't get me going. This is not a political show. All right.